Joining us now in studio, you can watch twitch.tv/ESPN 97.5. The number 15 pick in the NFL draft, local kid, Kenyon Green. Played for the Fighting Texas Aggies, grew up in the Atascocita area as well. Thanks so much for hanging out with us for the next few minutes.
Yeah.
Always a Texans fan?
Yeah, I was.
Be honest, because it's fair if you're not.
Yeah, you had a little grin on your face.
I always cheer for him, but when I was younger, I always said, like, I'm not going to have a favorite team come and play in the NFL one day. And it kind of came full circle, come playing for the Texans.
So were you always wanting to be an offensive lineman, or when you were watching players, not teams, were there other players that played other positions you were watching?
Yeah, when in Little League, I played linebacker.
Okay.
So I wanted to play linebacker, and my favorite player was Ray Lewis at the time.
Say that.
Yeah.
How'd you know he was going to say that?
Because I just felt like if he was going to be a linebacker back in that era, that was the guy.
Yeah, Ray Lewis for sure.
Now, you play more sports than just football, too. I saw a picture circulating on Twitter the other day. You back in the Atascocita High School basketball uniform.
Yeah, I hooped.
How do you think that helped you, though? With, not specializing in the one sport, being able to play multiple sports and to improve your versatility?
Right. I always grew up playing different sports and everything, with my family members and everything. Basketball was really big, we're really a basketball family, and I'm just I'm different because I'm playing football. But, every time, like every Sunday at my great-grandmother's house, we outside playing basketball. So, it kind of came all together when I went to high school and wanted to play basketball. So it kind of fit me a little bit.
That's a discussion that we've had so many times in the fact that kids down here in Texas, they force kids to pick a sport too early and be on those travel teams and those select teams. But, like, you get so much that can help you in your sport of choice that you're the best at if you just play other sports like you play in basketball.
Right, correct. And then I threw the shot put, too, in high school. But I didn't take it as serious. I should have done it, like, in middle school and everything. I'd probably be pretty good at it.
Yeah. I think it worked out for you, kid.
I think you did all right. Yeah.
Take us through the process of the draft. How early did you think you could go? How much communication did you have with the Texans? Just the whole process, and then ultimately on draft night getting selected number 15.
Yeah, I went to 10 different places. So I went to Baltimore, the Texans, Arizona, Dallas, Philly, New York, Tennessee, New England, Chicago, and Tampa Bay. I went to
made the circuit.
Yeah, I was everywhere. So I went to all those different places, and I talked to the Texans, but it wasn't like nothing crazy that it was just a continuous talking to them every day or every other day. And then at the draft, when I seen the top 5 picks was defense, I knew I was coming off the board pretty soon. And then after I said that, Icky came off, Evan, and then Cross. Then I knew it was my time coming soon. So I was talking to a friend of the family. I was outside, and we had like a little setup outside and inside the house. And I looked down. I had music playing in my headphones the whole time, so I can just
stay away from the distraction. Yeah.
And then my music stopped, and I looked, and it was an 832 number. I just smiled because I already knew who it was. I called, and they called, and I picked up. I talked to Nick, Coach Lovey, the Coach McNair. Mr. McNair, and his wife and everything.
Cal got you hyped, right?
Yeah, I was excited, and I was trying to surprise my family and everything. It's like, who was it? Who was it? And I was just pointing here. So they got it after that, and then we celebrated after that. We didn't watch the draft no more.
Hey, guys, back to the video in just 1 minute. Before that, I want to tell you about Fitz Roofing. Fitz Roofing is dedicated to the loyal people of Houston, Texas. That means if you got a leaky roof or need a full roof replacement on your business or your home, or you want to get something done around the yard or maybe something around the house, Fitz Roofing can help. All you got to do is check out all their services at fitzroofing.com. And better yet, call them, 832-521-3001. They'll come to you and do a free, no-obligation inspection that costs you absolutely nothing. Roofing and tells you absolutely every way that they can help you fix your problems. Check them out and make sure you go to Fitz Roofing because they have the best warranties in the business, the best ratings, and the best service. They're going to take care of you every step of the way. Fitz Roofing, making a difference one home at a time.
Did you have a feeling, because you said like they were trying to play it cool a little bit, like you didn't get the vibe like they were overzealous? Did you have a feeling from other teams that like you might be the guy? Because I kept saying, look, you weren't going to last past 15, but you definitely weren't getting past the Cowboys because they ended up drafting guard.
Right.
That you kind of were there teams that were like more pressing, talking to you and putting the press on you that they were interested, that you got a different vibe, or was it just that they were just consistent?
Well, looking back, it was like a week before the draft. The Texans, I had like a little, meeting with them. Like that was like the last time I talked to them, and that's probably the only time I had like a second meeting with a team.
Mm-hmm.
But like I say like Dallas was real big. New England, the Cardinals too. Those were different teams that was really interested. But, I'm blessed and I'm glad, God put me in the right spot where I needed to be. So
now from the standpoint, too, I was thinking about this when you were talking about the guys you were watching. You were watching guys come off the board that were going to be specifically tackles. Right? You had to realize you were probably going to be the number one guard coming off the board, too, and that now you go to a team that it looks like, I don't know if they've told you this or not, but in my estimation, it looks like you will play guard. If you play guard, that's got to be a huge advantage for you to play the position, your natural position of guard, and have 3/5 of an offensive line with the other two guys you'll be playing with, that you can stabilize this entire offensive line.
No, for sure. Able to play, the position that, you're really good at. You can help your team out in a big way. You can help yourself out, in a big way. But, if my team need me to, play anything, I'm willing and I'm able to. So just wherever you need me at, I'm going to be there.
That's something that Jimbo, listening to everything that he's had to say about you after the Texans drafted you, is how much of a team player you are, how versatile you are. I know that's something that you take pride in. But what do you think is your best position? Is it the left side? Is it the right side? What do you think is your best spot?
Well, I say left guard because that's why I have the most experience at. But, anywhere, really. I can play anything. But for sure, I think left guard is, that's why I have the most experience. But if you need me to play, right guard, center.
You played center in college a little bit, right?
Yeah, I did.
You like getting your hand on the ball, don't you?
Yeah, it was all right. It was different. You kind of in front of everybody, so you got to like set the tempo, how you block. Your steps got to be a little different.
What about the shotgun?
Shotgun.
Making sure that snap gets there.
The snaps wasn't the problem. It was just really like getting my steps right and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I heard Coach was in town yesterday for the Touchdown Club, and he was singing your praises. And one of the things he said that people weren't really aware of, which was your reach is that of what they normally look for a left tackle. Like you have exceptionally long reach, too, which absolutely helps you playing guard with that kind of a reach. You're also going to probably play alongside a guy that's top 10 left tackle in the league in Laramie Tunsil. Those are things that got to play to your advantage.
Yeah, no, that's a huge advantage. Keeping the defender, at a certain distance, because when defenders get to your shoulders, the game's over with then. But yeah, blessed to have long arms and everything, so it kind of helped me, with my pass blocking, my run blocking, and everything. Just helped me increase my game and make me a better player.
I want to take you back to draft day. This might come as a surprise to you, but I've never been drafted in the NFL. So my viewpoint's always different than, of course, prospects and guys that are selected in the first round. And we have the viewpoint. We're doing radio in the city of Houston. We talk about the Houston Texans. So we look at it from their point of view. And when they trade down, you have your list of names that, could possibly go there for the Texans at 15. You knew the Texans were at 13. This is a team that has talked to you twice. What were you thinking when they traded down to 15?
I just kept seeing them move. I was like, I don't know why, but my eyes kept catching on them every time they move.
So they're graphic?
Yeah. So, when the little sliding thing at the bottom, I was looking at them, they keep moving back. And then I was just calling every time. I'm calling, the people they picking. So I call, when they call Icky, Evan,
Cross.
I knew, Cross. And I knew it was going to be, a wideout for Atlanta. But I just didn't know who. So I knew it was about to be a bunch of wideouts come off. So I know I was coming. So I was just being patient. I was just sitting there like smiling because I knew it was coming quick.
So you're kind of you're playing matches, right? So you're looking at who's picking next, and you know the teams that you've talked to, and it's not one of those teams.
Right.
And then you're filling needs for them, like do they need a receiver? Do they need this and that?
Yeah.
So you kept the hope out that, look, the Texans were still coming where they were going to have a need that you could fill.
Yeah, for sure. I look at it. I used to like love watching the draft, the combine, and everything. So like I got a good like grasp of it, like watching it from years past, and then I'm in it. So like I know, like I'm kind of like in it now. So it was different from seeing it from the outside and seeing it from like the inside. Sure. So like I knew like certain teams was going to pick who. So I just had to fall in place. Like God.
So you're better than Lance. You're like a Mel Kiper already. You had the draft scouted out. You knew where things were going to fall.
Nah, I don't know about that, but I knew a little bit.
You look at the Texans draft class, and a lot of players from the SEC. Stingley, who you, of course, did the press conference with the day after the first round. You, Pierce from Florida. Mechie was drafted as well. Harris, the middle linebacker from Alabama.
Austin.
Yeah, yeah. How much pride, one, is there in the SEC? And then whenever you're a part of a draft class that has so many SEC players, does that put it like a little bit, more like we got to show out for the SEC?
Oh, for sure. SEC, that's big boy ball. So, you getting good players, that know how to play. It's SEC is like, a mini NFL. So, I mean, you're getting work every day, like every week. In practice and on game day too. So, your mindset has to be different, playing those type of games.
It's interesting because I didn't even think about that till you mentioned that. So you were actually part of a pseudo rebuild with A&M. Mm-hmm. And now here you are going to a Texans team that's pressed the reset button and they're trying to get great again. And you've already been there, done that. And so now you can kind of help guys along the way too as you guys form those relationships, those bonds, and say, hey, Stingley, hey, some of the guys that we drafted and also some of the guys we bring in, this isn't about where we are now. This is where we're going to go, and we can do that as a group.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We got a great class, and we can kind of set the tempo of, the turning point. We can be that class that, that turned the organization around. And, I'm ready to do that, and I feel like everybody that's, a part of this class and a part of the team already, they ready, to work and, just to put, Houston back on top.
3 first-rounders on the offensive line, too. A lot of people talk about how you have to build through the trenches in order to win. You're probably going to be in that left guard spot. You have Tiders playing off your left or to the right side, right tackle. You have Laramie Tunsil, one of the best left tackles in the game as well. I imagine there's going to be some pride in that offensive line of, all right, we're going to be one of the best in the entire NFL.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We got to come in with that mindset, and I feel like we can. We come in and put the work in, put our head down and grind. I feel like we can do that for sure.
Well, and we've been singing your praises because we said not only for you being a guard, but you taking pride in the run game and opening up the holes. Mm-hmm. It's going to be something big for a team that couldn't run the football a year ago. And now that's something where there's a barometer real quick. Like you come in and you do what you've done your whole career, and suddenly that's got to help their running game no matter who's toting the rock. Whether it's Mac or one of the rookies, you can, or your favorite Rex Burkhead. When you look at it, you can say, hey, if the line is right, it doesn't matter who's running the football. The holes are going to be there, and that you got to take pride in that.
Right, for sure. Everything starts up front. When you got them dogs up front, everything's going to handle themselves. Quarterback going to have time. Running back going to hit the holes how it's supposed to hit, So you work and you put in the work, with the O-line. And, I'm going to be picking their brains, trying to be the best player I can, the help and, the increase and better myself as a player and as a young man too. So, I just can't wait to, get it all together and, work.